Or they not deport nobody from Jamaica to US. Yo, me say, yo, but this would have increased just to get deported.
Right?
The deportation deal that Prime Minister Andrew Holness have accepted from the United States of America is very dumb and ridiculous. Like, it's the most diabolical thing I've seen on the internet all day. So, the deportation deal is Andrew Holness literally making Jamaica a home for non-nationals of Jamaica that has been deported from the United States. A percentage. Not everyone, but a percentage. At the end of the day, most deportees are criminals, like literally criminals. You feel me? Even though some of them are going to be innocent, because really and truly, based on the American system and what's going on in America, even innocent people without a criminal record is being deported. But some people just cannot return back to their home country. You feel me? To their native country because of a lot of different reasons. Humanitarian reason and a lot of different reasons. But I have a few questions to ask and y'all can always leave your opinion in the comment section. So, based on statistics, Andrew Holness have done a good job in combating crime and violence. And the fact that you've literally done a good job in combating crime and violence, why would you take up criminals to reside in your country that you've done so much for to fight crime and violence? Like, crime and violence is one of the biggest cancer that's eating our country alive. And to know that you're gonna take criminals from the United States or deportees from the United States to add to that percentage of criminals that you have in Jamaica is really and truly ridiculous. I've never ever seen something like that before. When it comes on to our health system, like Jamaica have one of the worst health system. Like citizens of Jamaica will go to the health centers, the hospitals, and they gotta wait hours and days to get an appointment. Like that is so crazy if you should ask me. Or economy. Jamaica's economy is not ready to accept any non-national deportees because there is actually citizens of Jamaica that's literally feeling the consequences of poverty. When it comes down to infrastructure, like Jamaica is way behind. So why are we adding problem to our problem that's already existed? Like, make it make sense and be for real. As a follower of the Jamaica Labour Party, I'm honestly disgruntled. Where are the Jamaicans who are supposed to take out them placard and go out there go protest? Like, go out there go exercise their human right, because freedom of speech is a human right. Like, check it out. Andrew Holness, you feel the people of Jamaica again. You feel Jamaicans again. I've heard you came out the other day and say Jamaica, you want to work on Jamaica to become like Singapore. Singapore is our first world country, but I don't know why would you want to leave so far or so high. But guess what? You got to speak certain things into existence. I'm going to run upon that part of it. But at the same time, I've heard the President of the United States say, if you take too much people or too much citizens from a third world country and place them in your first world country, automatically one day your country will become a third world country. So Jamaica is a third world country and you are aware of that and you want to work on Jamaica becoming a first world country. So if you take most of those deportees, which them are going to come out of Jamaica without certain resources, which I think the country and the government have to provide certain resources for them or implement certain strategies so them can get a job and certain things. You feel me? How do we move forward when we take up so much burden on our shoulders? Like, how do we move forward? It's like every time we're supposed to move forward as a nation, something always come up and we gotta move backwards. Like, make it make sense.
Alright, so when news broke about this whole Jamaica importing people, which is such a weird concept. We import deportees now. Jaja, God, as if enough people know they are Jamaican. It's like I'm not trying to brainstorm, I'm trying to figure it out, and I say, yo, what am I missing? And the only thing I can come up with is that, yo, Jamaica just make a deal, they might get a bag of money from this thing.
Yeah, I was thinking about, because obviously it's an agreement, so he must be getting something out of it. So I was thinking, okay, what is he getting? Must money.
And then I ask myself, like, what is the purpose of the opposition? Because I don't hear nobody oppose this. Like, a lot of things after the fact we hear about it. Or maybe we just not follow what happened in a parliament as much. And the citizens of Jamaica, really and truly,
have no say.
Them understand them have saying about them just quiet. It's like anything just pass or anything just happen and nobody, the outrage is always from people who live in overseas.
Yeah, but every time we hear, but there are a lot of things that come up in government, and even when the opposition speak out against it, it don't do nothing. Like it just, there's a standstill, or them just do whatever they want. Like, I mean, I understand why agreements like this coming into place, and I mean, I know, don't they have to go through like levels of getting this approved?
That's what I'm saying. It seemed to me like everything that's being discussed in Parliament is like citizens don't even follow it up. So we only hear about, it's like after the fact we always hear the outrage. But what about when these discussions are being made, right? From them point, the people could oppose it, you know? And then I ask myself, what is the purpose of the opposition? It's because them always seem like them in cahoots with the leadership. So it's like just one big, it's just like a one big giant
they're getting paid too. I don't know.
Of the same people.
You know, the messed up part too is, he touched on it, right? You know, when countries deporting people, yes, sometimes they have some innocent people who get into the pool, but most of the times when people are being deported, it's because they're doing things that are going against the policies or the laws of that country. So more likely, them involved in illegal activities, right? And these are the people that you're taking into the country. Number one, Hurricane Melissa just gone. The amount of people that are still homeless in Jamaica, Jamaicans who are still homeless, them not have no roof over them head, them not get back nothing. And just the other day you hear say them only use what? 1%?
2% or some 2.5 or something.
Yeah, 2% of $1 billion that was donated to help people in the country, right? What happened? I don't understand. The money was donated to help these people to rebuild the country, to rebuild their homes. Nothing now go on. Now you're going to take in other people where you already have Jamaicans when I live nowhere. I don't understand. How is this going to help the country?
I can listen to some more people.
Guys, I just saw an article a while ago. I don't know what is going on in Jamaica, but this one I have to comment on it. I see an article where say Jamaica just signed a deal to accept non-immigrants being deported from the US in Jamaica. So Mr. Andrew Holness signed a deal to accept non-immigrants into our country. I would want to ask the Prime Minister a question. How up a year house you keep them? And most up a year house you keep them? Me not stand for that. You call the election no, please. Call the election. Call the election. Me want to vote. Me ready for vote. Right? Me ready for vote. Me would mind the election tomorrow because me can't stand for that one. If any fucker would do before, could have passed, that one they can't pass. Look how much problems we have as Jamaica, and you want to take up the US problem. Make the US deal with them problem. Make them deal with them problem. We will deal with our problem. See? We not accepting non-Jamaicans being deported to Jamaica from the US. If the US want to deport people, deport them for them homeland. Don't deport them come to Jamaica. Right? If Andrew Holness want to take them up a film house, fine. Them can carry them go up a film house, but not in a Jamaica. Nobody come park nobody here. Right? Nobody come park nobody in a Jamaica.
You know what I find funny? Or they not deport nobody from Jamaica to US. I say, but this would have increased just to get deported.
Right?
What kind of joke is this? So I feel like this is some sort of distraction or something. Because it seems like all of a sudden we move away from the whole Melissa Fund and start focusing on some different things. Like, really and truly, this is a distraction.
But it happens all the time. As I said, it was in the news and then people just move on, but there's no accountability. What happened? We didn't hear any response from the government in regards to the plans for the money. Like, other than the NARA bill that was passed, that gives them full autonomy, full control over using this money without any oversight, without getting anything approved by anyone else. It's Andrew Holness and his cabinet or whatever. He appoints who is handling the money, and they do whatever they want with the money. They literally just passed this bill recently. So the opposition can't say anything. No one else in government can't say anything. He controls the money and can do whatever he wants with no approval, no oversight, no nothing. So nobody can say, hey, where this go? Or what happened to this? Nobody. So him already have the right to do that. And then now this coming into play, I don't know, something brewing in the background, because it seems strange.
Yeah, because because I think I'm going to try to look at it from every angle. Somebody who's smarter than I am, please comment right now and tell me if you see any kind of benefits for this. All I'm seeing is that Jamaica has become a dumping ground. US garbage. But I want to call people garbage,
you know what,
but you don't know so the heads of state are going to look on it and say, yo. Because we see this in a different provinces where them would just take people from one province and then put them in a smaller province, right?
Yeah.
Crackheads or homeless people and all type of people.
Yeah.
Them do these type of things. So you don't know, say, yo, them look on people based on their value.
Yes.
And if you're homeless, if you're a criminal, them say, yo, you don't really have much value, so you're garbage, and just get rid of it.
Exactly.
You
That's
get
what
me?
happens.
So now, if them bring 10,000 of these type of people who them not have skills, people who are known criminals, get me? I say, you bring 10,000 people into Jamaica, what gonna happen?
Right? I mean,
What does it look like?
As the guy said before, you're already trying to combat this whole the crime problem that Jamaica has, right? Isn't this kind of reverting back to what it was? You know, like how are you going to...
Some different level of crime this still, because I'm gonna go come and him him have no family member, no support, none at all. The only option of rob, like, what am I gonna do?
But the thing is, it just may I try to figure out, as I say, what would the benefit be? At first I was thinking, maybe is this a way to open up Jamaicans being able to travel to the US or getting some visa access? I don't know. But how is this going to benefit the country? Because you still have a lot of people homeless from the last hurricane. And even prior to that, the living conditions of certain people in Jamaica, the deplorable conditions, like a whole heap of people me see I do video over and over and I say, Andrew, beg you some help. Like them not have no roof, them live with tarpaulin and them something. I don't understand.
I can tell you, this is Donald Trump all the way, because Donald Trump, I believe, because Jamaica is in a shit ton of debt, trillions of dollars worth of debt, right?
Yep.
So them they're really in a position where them can even dictate or make them own terms, right?
Yeah.
So Donald Trump are gonna look to these little country where you know say, look, hungry belly country them. Sad to say, but that is what Jamaica is. That's why Jamaica sell out piece by piece, little by little for cheap, because we're in so much debt, right? So you can tell us that Donald Trump a pay per head. So there's a value I pay for each of these 10,000 individuals, and it seemed lucrative to Andrew Holness for them to say, all right, maybe we can use this as a little revenue stream. You get me? So we see what happened with the same thing in Canada, you know? It's like the same thing, them things are bringing in a lot of immigrants that will help the economy, and we see what it created
It's the exact, you're right, it's the exact same thing that happened in Canada the last couple of years. Canada did not have the infrastructure to take in. Yes, it's a big country, but Canada didn't have the infrastructure to accept all these immigrants. They opened the floodgates and just take in way too much people, don't have enough housing for them, not enough jobs, not enough opportunities. And it kind of, it a pressure and a crash the system. And that's what's happening here. And come on, there's no other way for it to go. I'm trying to see if there's some other benefit. But I really don't see it. Other than them getting a paycheck, I don't see it. And normally when the government get paycheck, we're still not seeing it go into the people. I
think social media created a big problem. It's not just Jamaica alone, across the world, where people think that making a video and it have a couple thousand comments, it means you're doing something as a form of protest. You see, back in the days when people are Black Road, I would not try incite riot or none of that thing, but may I tell us that was a more effective
But
way.
protest is not bad enough. It's just the way you do it, right?
Right.
When I say if you be violent or none of them something there, but protest is good.
But that's what I said. Nowadays, people feel like these online protests is something. Effect. All people do is swipe off that and move on. But so when time you in them faces, when them can't come out of them doorway of politics, the parliament, that is when them feel the pressure. And it seems like Jamaica and everybody just kind of just laid back on anything. And
them just take it.
Them just take it.
Them not know for mobilize. And but I know it's just that it feel like it's like the Jamaican people just not have a voice anymore because, and it's not just that, you know, somehow they're just naive and too licky sometimes too, because when it come to election time, it will allow you dress up in an orange and green all over a place, a parade, and you take a little beer them and a little things them when they come bag you going for vote, and that's it. 90% of the times, that's it. Oh, they make all these promises and still nothing comes of it.
This is a major problem still. Because the little resources where the Jamaican people have, I know them have to share it.
Little? What resources? Jamaicans are struggling. What resources? Remember, you know, it's like the middle class is slowly disappearing, right? You either have the extreme poor or the extreme rich. The money stuck up yourself, and then you have the people at the bottom who just not have nothing. And the middle class is slowly going away because middle class people now feel poor.
Yeah, and now some new type of, we're going to have some new kind of problems. Because if you have people from overseas coming, you're going to hear say, yo, crack and them type of things that will come back in their place.
Ooh.
Some different type of, you get me I say? Yeah, some different type of things that will go on in Jamaica now where it was just not of our culture. It was there on a little small level, but now, bringing in these foreigners now, a whole different, the whole culture got change for the worse, in my opinion, still.
Yeah, I think they're going to manipulate the system to their benefit.
Some different type of way, yo.
This is very concerning. And I think that as citizens of Jamaica who care about Jamaica very deeply, we should all be expressing our concern. You know that Nene Leakes meme where she's like, now why am I in it? When I read this article, I genuinely thought, how are we in this? Why are we in this? Because, you know, Jamaica has struggled to control our crime for such a long time. What we definitely don't need is deportees who have nothing to do with Jamaica coming here. Now, it might very well be that these are undocumented immigrants with no prior infractions, and no, that's one thing. But I think it's a slippery slope. And I kind of hate a slippery slope argument, but I think in this case, with our levels of crime, it's really worth concern. Now, the headline of the article makes it sound like it's a done deal, but it's actually not. It's something that's being discussed currently. And so I think that as citizens, we should all raise our voices and let the government know that we have concerns. That's it. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk, friends.
And based on this article, it kind of seemed like the idea was actually stemmed from Jamaica, where a parliament member decided that this was a good idea to pitch to the Americans. It's not even like, say, a Donald Trump. Because I'm going to take back my statement right now.
Yeah.
You get me?
But someone said Horace Chang is involved. I don't know. I feel like all of the questionable things involve Horace Chang.
So right now is the time where people need to show the outrage, because obviously it's not finalized or anything right now. People need to show them outrage and say, yo, no, because the government work for the people of Jamaica. People, drop in the comment section and make me know right now how you feel about this.
Yes.
I don't like it. Tell me. Oh.